think another piece of advice that I wanted to make sure that I give before we, before we close this thing is to seek and take advice. If you don't know something or you don't know things, I don't know things.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. So like, I never wanted to go into something blind, acting like I knew what the answers were, you know? And I think for me, that was the fact that, and I don't know, I don't want to like sound like I'm bragging like I had stuff together, because I didn't. I think I was aware that I didn't have stuff together and I needed help, you know? So whether it was my dad or my brother has his master's in accounting and is super like financially literate and stuff like that, where I was way less of that. I go to him for advice, and I just go to other people who are more proficient and knowledgeable in those areas, because I know that they're going to guide me in the right direction. But I don't want their advice to fall on deaf ears. So I want to make sure that I'm seeking the advice and actually taking it and applying it, you know? Yeah. So I wanted to use that as a way to segue to Zach, because you, more than anyone else I've met, have taken advice and changed your life. You more than probably anyone else I know have done that. Like it was crazy. I handed you a Dave Ramsey book, like one, I don't know if it was summer or something like that. And then what was it? Summer of like 2018, probably.
Can you explain to the audience what a Dave Ramsey book is?
So Dave Ramsey he's
like financial coach,
financial advice, stuff like that. And just really helps a lot of people who are like stuck in debt. He is the guy to help you out, because he can really coach you through just like breaking out of that financial oppression that can sometimes get a grip on you if you're in debt. And Zach was, kind of opening up to Jess and I when in one of his trips to the States, just talking about like his debt and all those sorts of things. So I ended up giving him a Dave Ramsey book, and literally, not that I forgot about it, but I never really followed up on like if he read it or not. And literally, like, I think it was November. I remember November specifically. We were on the phone one time, and this was like a few months later, and he was just catching me up, and he's like, you were like, bro, I read the book, and I've already like paid off
like half or something.
It was like I've already paid off like $10,000 of my $10,000 of like my 19 grand in debt or something. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What the flip, bro? Like, legit? I was like, I didn't even know if you were going to read the book. You know what I mean? So I would love for you to like touch on that a bit, because you were like a prime example of like taking the advice and applying it hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was such a crazy part of my life, and I feel like as we do more podcasts, I can't wait to like talk about all that stuff more. But this in particular, I just got to a point where I realized that I really valued the people around me. Why do I value them? And it was like, because they're doing things that maybe I wish I was doing, or I really look up to them, or whatever it may be, right? This is a testament to you, Gabe, that you do a lot of things with intention. And so even though you're just like, I'm just giving Zach a book, to me, that was like, well, Gabe cares, and that means the world. Gabe's giving me a book to kind of, and you do care. And so for me, I was like, I have to read it. Like,
that's so cute.
And I'm not a good reader, like at all, man. Like I'm really bad at finishing books, but around that time, I was starting to read way more. So I read that Dave Ramsey book, and then I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I really went into this place where I was like, if I want to mature in my finances, if I want to mature in this, I have to flip and double down on this. I have to really care about it. And all the time you hear people talk about it like that with fitness. It's like people are like, if you want to be fit, you have to double down on it. You have to do it. And so that was probably, I'm actually so glad you brought that up, because it's probably the first instance where I really went, I need to take the advice that someone's offering to me because they care about me.
Thank you guys so much for watching this clip. We appreciate it so much. And if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that would help out so much. And if you want to listen to the full podcasts, just head over to the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.